Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Mayday-san Gaming, and today we are doing our Arsenal Airsoft loadout video. Yay! And we're gonna doing this all in one take because that's how we do. And if you're seeing some video version of this where there is B-roll of Airsoft gameplays because the YouTube overlords have decided to demonetize this video. So if you want to see the full video that's not cut out with any of the stuff, just the raw footage, it'll be available for channel members to check that out. But so first thing before we get into this loadout Arsenal video is that there's a common philosophy in my Arsenal loadout, whatever, why do I keep calling it a loadout? There's a common philosophy where I don't want to have any guns overlap with each other in terms of their use, size, or capabilities. And the second thing is that I want to have at least one all-around SBR and then one all-around SMG, and that's kind of like my thing there. So let's go ahead and get started with our first one, which is the GLOCK 17 Gen 4 by Tokyo Marui. All plastic build, all polymer, and you guys have seen this in my review video. It shoots really nice. I like it a lot, and I use it mostly for my primary, secondary weapon in my Omnivore on my belt here, like that. So main pistol, not much to say about it. It's nice and solid, reliable, and it's very lightweight and I like it. Might as well go to the next pistol here, which would be, in my little case, my high CAPA. So this high CAPA is it was my second pistol that I got, and it's basically my solo pistol. So it's the only pistol I have that can actually put on a suppressor. So I use this for soloing at, I don't know, Black Fox or EKB bar or something like that. It is quite big, but it does have the fastest tactical reload because of the way the mag is and the mag well. Has nice, what is that? The red carbon sight in the front and serrated backs. So it's really nice and easy to look through. And yeah, the only reason I haven't used this gun in like forever is because I don't have enough mags to run it as solo, and I know I like rifles more than this, but it's nice to have. Bought it off a friend, so it's used and used again, and it's reliable. I'm gonna have to take this out one day and do another solo gameplay with this. It's been a while, maybe probably about a year since I've used this thing. But anyway, that's the high CAPA 5.1 gold match by Tokyo Marui. So the next one here is my very first gas blowback pistol, which was my USP. And you can see my USP 9 is hella worn. It got scratches here, scuffs here, everything. This pistol has been through a lot with me. I've taken it to almost every field, outdoor, indoor, everywhere. And it's super old. I have so many mags for it. It has a really good blowback, which is probably one of my favorite things about it. But now it's kind of hard to get used to because now the mag release is on the trigger guard instead of, you know, over here. So something weird to get used to. It has nice blowback, really good efficiency. And the only thing I didn't like about it is that it's really chonky, and the sight picture can be a little bit hard to get when you're, you know, trying to use this thing. And it doesn't fit in an Omnivore because you have to use a Picatinny, a Picatinny attachment just to put on a light. So it doesn't fit in an Omnivore, which is why I kind of got the GLOCK, because I can't use this thing without that. So either way, still gonna keep this pistol because pistols are like super cheap here. So, you know, whatever tings. All right, so pistols are done. So the next thing we're gonna look at is our AK-47. So I'm actually selling this thing away because I'm soon going to be getting the Tokyo Marui, or whenever this video comes out, I may or may already not have it, the Tokyo Marui AKM, and the AKM gas blowback be at that. So the reason I got this AK is because I just wanted to have an AK platform because I've been using the AR-15 platform, I use the MP5, and I just wanted to learn something new, and I thought this would be really great to you know, just expand my marksman, operatorness when it comes to using different kinds of platforms. One thing I don't like about it is that the iron sights can be a little tough to use, but I guess I'm just not used to the AK sights. It is pretty long. It's really light though. This CM47 by G&G is pretty light. It's not that heavy at all. It's made out of polymer. And I got the polymer one intentionally because I didn't want the heavy weight of an AK, but then I realized that's lame. So yeah, I quickly gonna get rid of this thing. And I hate this charging handle. Terrible. It does have an ETU though built into the stock, so it's really nice and snappy, especially with an 11.1. So I am enjoying that. But this thing's gonna have to go. And of course it does have the slanted front post sight, which is kind of sad, but whatever, I guess. Just wanted to have the AK platform. Gonna be parting ways with this thing soon for the AKM. Next one up, my baby. All right, the Mark 18. Now, a lot of you might have seen in another video that I had the MWS, but I don't have the MWS anymore. The MWS is gone. I have sold it and I used the money to buy this thing. And the Mark 18 is what I kind of wanted from the very beginning. I like the form factor of it. I'm really long and lanky, so the MWS's short handguard was kind of really cumbersome for me, and it's really cramped. So it's nice to have a nice, you know, length with this, the 9.5 rise rail. And you can put a nice flashlight. Looks smexy, has nice mags, gas blowback, of course. And we have our, this is like my main rifle, so I'm gonna be I put on my Holosun 510C, which is, yes, this is the operator reflex sight from Modern Warfare. It's just a really great optic, but I do swap optics around whatever gun I'm going to be using, which is most likely this. So just imagine that all these will be on there. This is the main optic that I do use for my airsoft rifles. Made it two-tone, which is what I wanted. I took some parts from the MWS to make it nice, put on this nice guard here, even though I don't like them, but it's just aesthetics. So really nice. I like to use this for anywhere actually. So indoor, of course. Outdoor, sometimes it depends on the length of the fields and how long the engagements are, because it does suffer when you have to be fighting against a full auto field, like a cowboy heads or something like that. So it really does depend on what I want to do when I'm using this rifle. But anyway, that is my main gas blowback rifle and my main carbine, I suppose. And this here is my main AEG. Now, we just made a video talking about how I regret AEGs because they don't feel like anything, but this MCX is an exception because it's an MCX, man. Like you can't just get an MCX, man. This is what I wanted for a long time. Whenever I saw the M13 the first time, I was like, that gun is really cool. I love that handguard, and I want to C-clamp it, right? And again, this optic is just the whatever vector optics thing. I don't really use it anymore. I'm probably gonna sell this thing too. I threw on some iron sights on here that were super cheap. And then we got a Midwest Industries buffer tube adapter. You could actually use that thing over there, but I don't want to use that unless I'm going for CQB to get that mount point, because this is not a QD point actually. This is actually a QD point, but CTR stock, Magpul, real steel, which is really cool. I also use EPM mags so I can throw these things on the ground. I actually like this gun. This one is very lightweight. You can throw a lot of furniture on it without actually sacrificing much of the weight because of its skeletonized stock. And thanks to the boys at Laylax for helping me fix this thing, because they actually broke the nut that holds the outer barrel, because this free-floating outer barrel will actually get loose over time, so be careful when you're using that. But MCX, super nice, officially licensed and built by VFC, which is really cool. Love this thing. This is probably the only AEG, regular AEG that I'm gonna keep, just because it's just so iconic and it's really cool to have an MCX. Now, this is gonna be my new standard AEG, especially for winter outside. When it gets too cold to actually play with gas blowbacks outside, I'm gonna be using the NGRS system or my MCX. So this is my 416. You guys have seen in a video before. This thing is beautiful. It's just a beautiful, nice length gun. Has a nice crane stock, has recoil. I don't plan on using this EOTech at all. Like I said, we're gonna be using the operator reflex sight. Got a foregrip on here, which I can't take off. I might change this for a hand stop. But in CQB, it's really nice to have that foregrip, which is what this is gonna be for. I'm gonna have to get an adapter so this thing can actually take a 1-point sling. Because right now, I'm not a fan of having the sling here because it gets in the way of the magazine when you're reloading. But I like this thing a lot. Even the grip is fine. And 416, man, can't go wrong. And this is the Delta version. This is also a Tokyo Marui. So the first one I ever got, as you guys saw in the video, was the quad rail version. Don't want to get a quad rail because then you're basically just gonna have a Mark 18, but chonkier. So I'd rather get the nice Geisley SMR barrel. So really nice, really premium, very fun, and I love my 416. Now this one here, the QRF, I have actually already sold this gun. I'm gonna be packing this thing up tonight at the time of this recording because I don't need it. Now this one is actually customized. This has a DSG. Oh, I forgot. My MCX also has a DSG in it, a dual sector gear, so it's super. This one also has a dual sector gear in it. Yeah, I was looking for a MP5 kind of replacement to use indoors, but ever since, like I said before, when I started using gas blowback guns, I just could not use this thing anymore. And this thing's been in the shop so many times, and I just thought it'd be better off with someone, you know, who can like deal with those problems better than I can. So gun's really great, really snappy, really fun to use, but it's gonna be phased out because one, I got the MP7 now, and two, I'm gonna be getting the MP5 recoil shock whenever that comes out. So that's gonna be replacing this thing, which is what I wanted it to be anyway. So gonna be saying goodbye to this baby boy. I remember I made a video on this a long time ago talking about how it was the perfect thing for me, but honestly, I don't know, I got over it, I guess. I got over it. I guess it's really good for CQB. It's really fast kind of thing. So, gonna miss you, buddy. You're pretty good. You did well. You did well. You did well, man. But your boys moved on to different things. It's basically an M4 MPX, basically an MPX. It's so sexy, even looking at this right now. But it'll be better off in someone else's hands where they can actually use it, because it's been collecting dust for God knows how long now. Not gonna go to the MP5. It's gonna go to the new CQB weapon, the MP7. So MP7 gas blowback Tokyo Marui. Okay, I bought this used off some dude on Mercari, which is like the Craigslist of Japan. And this is basically the loadout already. We already have the loadout. So we had the flashlight on here, and then we have, you know, it on the side here. We got the short tracer by X-Cortec. We got the MP7 Lilac grip, which is actually really nice. It looks weird, but you can actually hold it in many different ways, which is why I like it. Like you could even hold it like a foregrip if you wanted to. It's like really nice to use. Hopefully we'll have a video, or if not, if it's already came out, we have a video on that. Again, same philosophy. I wanted to have a gas blowback. I just want to go everything gas blowback basically. And this thing is super small, like super tight, super small. And like the only reason I kept, you know, the QRF is because of that size, right? Because I wanted to keep, you know, the length. You know, and the length is basically, it's still even longer, even if it's smallest part. So it's just like, well, no point. I'd rather just have the MP7 because it has the gas blowback that I like, and it's fun. You know, it's nice and small and compact. We got another hollow sight on here. It's a low mount, but I don't actually plan on using it. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do with this thing. I might just use it for the AKM. Whenever that comes out, another real steel sight. If not, I'll just sell this thing too. Let's keep the 510C. I actually like this sight a lot because it has a bigger aperture than the regular T1s, so that's why I like it a lot. But anyway, MP7 Tokyo Marui, really nice, really great. Bought it used, still works fine. It shoots pretty hot though, like 89 milliseconds, meters per second or whatever. So really nice gun. And this is gonna be my new CQB weapon that I'll be using in airsoft games indoors, when I'm not using my Mark 18, because the Mark 18 is totally capable of it, right? Now, this baby right here, this is my MP5A5 high cycle by Tokyo Marui as well. And my charging handle is jammed. Oh, never mind. Slap that thing. So, this thing is actually, I've always wanted an MP5. MP5 is my favorite gun of all time, ever since Rainbow Six Vegas 1. And I just love this thing. And you gotta love, you know, the HK slap, right? That's just what you want to do. And just karate chop this shit. You know what I mean? Even though you're not supposed to, but it hasn't broken on me yet. But this thing's great. It's a high cycle, shoots really snappy. I just realized like almost all my airsoft rifles are Tokyo Maruis. Well, anyway, I put on this nice little cosmetic strap to make it like the Modern Warfare thing. Gives it a lot of personality. I'm probably gonna be doing this exact same thing again to the MP5 NGRS when that comes out. But yeah, this thing's great. It's nice, snappy. It took me a long way while the QRF was in the shop. It was my main SMG for the longest time. But one of the things I don't like about it now, even though it's like super light, because it's meant for like speed QB, because you could actually shorten the stock like this, right here. Right, well, if it'll let me do it. you can actually shorten it to here, which is meant for like CQB, not CQB, but speed softing. So it's really meant for that. But I don't like this creaky. Do not like that, and I hope the MP5 G7i is not like that at all. But again, it's a classic weapon. You just gotta have it. It's my favorite thing, which is gonna be replacing my QRF for sure in terms of the AEG department. Great gun. This little top rail is actually from the next one I want to show you, which is the last one here, which is my very first airsoft gun, the MP5K. MP5K, what a great little baby gun. Right, it's little short gun. It's my first one I ever got. I remember I went to the store because I bought like a Walmart version of an MP5, and then it broke the next day, and I was supposed to go to an airsoft game the next day, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta fix this thing or something. And the guy said, nah man, you gotta get an 18 plus gun. I'm like, all right. This guy had it on sale for like 16,000, it's like 150 bucks with the battery and charger. I was like, all right, I'll just take it. It's an MP5. I was really lucky, but I didn't like that it didn't have a stock. But now I really appreciate that, because with this one, there's no blowback. So you can just, it's basically a pistol. So it's very useful, and it still has that utility. It doesn't have that overlap like the MP5 and QRF do, right? And that's what I don't like about overlap. Right? And the only reason I wouldn't sell this thing is because it's my very first gun, and it's sentimental, and it really got me into the sport. And it's an MP5K, and apparently a lot of people like this thing. So gonna keep that. It's really fake, but whatever. Got the Tiger Team spotlight, ha ha ha. But anyway, guys, that's that. But if you take a look at the loadout here, you can see that after I get rid of the QRF, there's gonna be no overlap anymore. So I got my gas blowback SMG, which is fine because that's a different category, right? Then we're gonna have the MP5 NGRS, which will replace the QRF here. And then I'm gonna probably just use this thing as just a bar, a loaner that I just give to people. NGRS, you know, it's gonna be my winter gun for outside or indoors that are too cold. But I'll probably, whatever, it's probably just gonna be my outdoor thing, or if I just wanna change it up. MCX is my only AEG that's gonna be just a regular AEG. We're gonna slap a Titan in here as well. So the Titan's gonna keep it from locking up on a 7.4. Because right now it locks up a lot, but this is just a class. It's not a classic. It's a modern classic. You can't get rid of an MCX, man. Then we have, you know, our regular M4 carbine, right? Of course, and our Mark 18, it's gas blowback. And then of course we have the AK platform, which is what, you know, I just want to have like all the platforms. I think the only things left in my arsenal that I want to get is a shotgun and a bolt action rifle. And I think that I will be pretty much set in terms of my loadouts and having all the custom classes I need, and without getting too bored. Because I feel like if I just have one, I'll get bored of it really quickly. And then I'll get bored of the game. Which is why I like gas blowbacks, because gas blowbacks are fun, even if you're shooting at nothing. So I could even just convert to doing IPSC or something, or Real Steel Challenge or something. But anyway, guys, enough about that. This is the Arsenal video. God damn. I hope you enjoyed. Of course, your support on the channel has helped me, you know, fund my little hobby here. And, you know, if you consider becoming a channel member, that's way more that goes into the channel, which means more gameplays, which means more guns, means more unboxings and stuff like that. And of course, if this video does get demonetized, then, you know, I might have to get rid of the one take and just get rid of some words or something like that. But for the most part, this should be it. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Support the channel. Love you all. And goodbye.